Welcome to Like the Lion. We've been talking about forgiveness, and this is part 3 of Forgiven. And we're going to look at what the Old Testament has to say about forgiveness. We've mentioned that the word nasa means forgiven, and it means to lift or accept, to pardon, to ease, to receive, to prosper, and to take away. These are all parts of what it means to be forgiven. If you go to Leviticus chapters 4 through 9, you will notice that the Old Testament concept of forgiveness is that a animal blood sacrifice would have to be provided in order for a person's sins to be forgiven. There was a great cost, death to the animal, in order for forgiveness to take place. One of the biggest days, or I would say the biggest day on the Hebrew calendar as far as holidays are concerned, is considered the Day of Atonement. We can interchange the word remission, atonement, and forgiveness for each other. Atonement, the Day of Atonement, is usually on the 10th day of the Jewish month of Tishri. This year, September 2026, we find that that day falls here on our calendars as September the 20th, sundown, and up to September the 21st, which would be Sunday and Monday on our calendar. We know this as Yom Kippur, the highest holy day of the Jews. Well, we can find details about that in Leviticus chapter 16, verses 29 through 34. The Bible explains the Day of Atonement. Now, the priest, through these animal blood sacrifices, would have to offer that sacrifice for himself, Leviticus 9:8, and also the people. He would offer a sacrifice for himself and also for the people, Leviticus 9:8, Leviticus 9:15. Now, the word atonement is very common in the Old Testament, and it means, notice the similarities to the word forgiveness. The word atonement means, it is the word kafar, and it means to cover or cancel, cleanse, forgive, pardon, and reconcile. So the Day of Atonement is a day of covering, canceling, cleansing, forgiving, pardoning, and reconciling the priest or the people or a ruler or an individual back to God. The main pathway to God's blessings begins with forgiveness, atonement, remission. We're going to look at our key verse, which is Psalms 32:1. Actually, verses Psalms 32:1 and 2. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile.